Hello, Leo. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading for him to be dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel at Ralph3 Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. Hmm. All right, let's see what's going on. Huh. One moment, Leo. This is going right away. It kind of goes into yesterday's reading. Leo. Interesting enough, it's a very similar energy. Different but similar. Oh, they are trying to, what do you call that? That is, oh geez, harnessing. Interesting. Let's see where this goes. That is harnessing. What are you doing? What does it mean to harness something? I mean, it's kind of appropriate. Just kind of jump into this. To harness something. Usually it means to contain, control, work with. Another term for that is manipulate, but not in the typical definition sense of negative, but just to kind of work with the control, to harness. Where are you, Leo? There you are. I had to dig for you. That's the strength card. That's your energy, Leo. As you see, it's not necessarily, a person, a female, or a woman with a lion. No, this is a warrior. This is a warrior who has chains. It's interesting. It's kind of like the devil energy, but different. He's all chained up. It's a warrior that's all chained up. It's almost kind of the equivalent of the test of willpower to harness something, to exercise control upon something else or someone else, to harness something, or energetically, if you're working with energy, it's kind of like you're trying to hold some sort of boundary for something, contain it. To contain water, you put it in a cup. The border, the surroundings. What are they harnessing within them? What are they harnessing? Another word that's similar to that, harnessing and harboring. Harboring, Harboring, harboring. I'm not going to go one step further and kind of more negative on the scale of if you go to the scale, there's harnessing, then there's harboring, and then there's festering and infested. Whatever is taking place here between the two of you, they don't even know how to approach nor deal with this. That is, once again, Leo, that is one hell of a shadow. That is one hell of a shadow. Damn. What are they up against here between the two of you? This is an interesting energy. I do appreciate the information as always. It's once again, it's that energy of staring off into the void or staring into the blackness. Like if you were to stare into a black hole, it's an energetic. What I'm looking at here is an energetic stalemate between them and a shadow of theirs. But it's also a shadow of theirs. And for the example, a shadow within the dynamic between the two of you. Let's just say the blackness or once again the darkness. That they're like, I don't know how to fucking confront this. There's a shadow in them that doesn't know how to confront this darkness outside of them that is between the two of you in the dynamic. Ain't that some shit? Darkness that doesn't know how to present or confront darkness. Ooh. What is darker? What is darker than their shadow? Ooh, 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 ooh. Leo, Leo, Leo. What is darker than their shadow? Ain't that some shit? So that shadow is kind of like staticky and it's moving and it's morphing and it's kind of like what is going on there? Whatever that darkness is between their shadow and this abyss or this void or that whatever that is, interesting. Is that what you would call to fully cast someone into the black? Fully cast someone into the dark? I think so. I think so. Not only are it's interesting. It's like they're trying to literally harness and contain that shadow side of themselves while they're being confronted with an even darker shadow within the circumstance, and there ain't nothing they can kind of do. One darkness is going up against another form of darkness, and I gotta say it, Crosswatcher, the darkness you're being confronted with is just taking over and engulfing you. You know this. You're aware of this. That's why it's like you're trying to hold your ground. Like I said, when bad meets evil. I'm not saying they're evil or they're bad, Leo. I'm just saying the example of horror movies. The example I always use is, like punk kids going around someplace, playing around all cocky and arrogant, thinking they're the cool shit on the block, and they don't realize they're about to run into a serial killer or a psychopath. And it's like you thought you could trash the place, you thought you could tag it, destroy it, you thought you were like the baddest shit on the block, and before you know it, they run into something much darker. And it's like, we all know how those horror movies end. It's just an example. I'm not saying that's anything about them. What I'm saying here, though, what they're up against is something more extreme and more severe than what they were capable of withstanding. They could not, it's like, even though they were trying to harness and contain that shadow within themselves about, like, oh, fuck, what is this? It is what it is. It's kind of like the part in the movie The Matrix when Neo's sitting in the chair and he touches the mirror and the mirror just starts to take over him and he's like cold, and all before you know it, he's like, wake up, Neo. I'm looking at so much energetic recovery that they're like, I don't know what else to do except sit here and try to like spark some sort of light. Like a lighter. Ooh. That is a crazy example, Leo. That is one crazy example. I have not seen that before. Whatever's going on within them, there's the lovers. Whatever's going on within them, that is, wow. Darker than dark. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I like that dark energy right there. That's crazy. That's like I have no idea in hell what is on the other side of this or how this is gonna mix or what's gonna happen, but like ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. That is like being swallowed by a black hole. And they're trying to like re-put themselves back together, and by I don't know what you call it, by cell or by pixel or you know. Um, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Wherever you've gone, I believe I told Aries this. Risk being trapped in the shadow realm, like just pure darkness, pure blackness. Wherever they've gone, Leo, internally within themselves. Um, Out of the blue and into the black. Hey, hey, my. Rock and roll will never die. There's more to the picture than meets the eye. Um, Speaking of, that is actually very similar to Aries energy, who Aries was asking about or dealing with. Yeah, the song Hello Darkness, My Old Friend. There's the devil. You get my point, Leo? You get my point. Same exact energy, and I mean same exact energy to a T of what Aries and who they were asking about. And there you are on top of the deck. I mean, look at this energy though, Leo. Pretty cool, huh? It makes me think of like Pinhead from Hellraiser. Jesus wept. The demons. The demons that kind of dish out judgment. Another series of movies. But whatever this is, unfortunately, there's no light, Aries. There's no light. They see, I'll give you this, Crosswatcher. You see Aries, my bad, my apologies. You see Leo, same exact energy. You see Leo as some sort of light in the distance. But you also know that you have to go through so many trials and tribulations just to get to Leo. I mean, the sun's on top of the deck, kind of like, way over here. We'll kind of put it over there, way over here above it all. And that is the exact same energy. They can't seem to make things work with you, but they can't seem to walk away from you either. And that's why there's that that toxic stalemate. That means there's an energetic cord, tether, or bind between the two of you that they just cannot seem to get away from. They just can't. And I don't know what that is. I don't know why that is. If we're going in that direction, it's something about their mind. It's something about their mind. Yeah. It's like they're trying, and that's what's so weird. Is like they're trying. I don't understand that. They simultaneously see you as the light within the darkness way out there that they're like reaching out for. Like, let's just say for those examples, like they're cast into darkness in the movies where they're just kind of floating in space and they have their arm reached out and they're still reaching, but yet they're like falling backwards, kind of like the movie Ghost when they're falling through the ground because the demon shadow rose up from the ground and drags them through the floor, and they're like, "Help me!" What's that other horror movie? Drag Me to Hell. They're reaching out for you. At the same time, it's like as they're like getting further and further. I don't understand that. They're reaching out for you as the light of their life, yet at the same time, it's like they're choosing. They're like, no, like they're toxically. That is so weird. That's a toxic tie. That's a karmic tie. They like this, and it's that situation of like, well, how do you know you have? How do you know you're dealing with someone who's toxic? Because there's always problems and issues, and they seem to enjoy that. They get a kick out of it. They like that interaction. They like that energy exchange. Um, for example, when people talk about, well, is there a spark between the two of you? Once again, you crack two rocks together, yeah, there's a spark. But the problem is it's damaging to the rocks. Well, it's just a rock. That's not the point. If you clap two people together, if you bash their heads together, do you think that's going to feel good? Do you think that's going to feel good? I can't. I'm fucking dizzy. Hold on. I might pass out. I'm seeing stars. Well, because of Leo, I'm seeing stars. You can't even stand straight. But there's a spark there, right? That they seem to be feeding off this toxicity between the two of you, Leo, is what I'm getting to. I don't know what that toxic shadow is within them. I don't know. I have no idea. Old habits die hard. That's another movie. It's an action movie. Die Hard. They get a kick out of it. A little smirk, a little arrogant smile. There's a Three of Swords. I guess they don't smile for long. Thief of the Night. Thief of the Night. A shadow. Mr. Wayne. The League of Shadows. No, they're not Batman, Leo. They're not Batman. I believe the League of Shadows were after Batman. Interesting. One dark with another dark. We'll see. Whatever this is, they think they're getting a kick out of it. Far from it, Leo, because they are still left in the dark. Goodbye.